Welcome everybody to kind of a scientific video. I don't know how this is going to work out today. I'm sure things are going to get kind of wonky here and there, but for the most part, I'm hoping for a very enjoyable ride. Tag along if you will. So today I am heading up to Lady Lake, Florida. I got a job up there. It's about 52 miles away. Or no, it's not. I was wrong. It's 35 miles away. Still, that's a pretty good distance. My car has gotten, oh God, since, I would say since I first started using full self-driving, 10 updates maybe. And every one of the updates on the screen, it says when the car is updating and it's, going through the process, just like your phone does, of, it goes through all the cycles as everything gets installed. And one of the things that always shows up is FSD, full self-driving supervised. And I just want to see, I just completed the newest update about 3 hours ago. And I am curious, how much better is it today than it was when I first got the car? I'm kind of excited. I'm driving a 23 Tesla Model Y. Can the car drive me without doing anything, without really any mess ups, 35 miles to Lady Lake, Florida? Let's have a see. Let's see if it'll do it. I'm going to do my best not to touch the wheel. Now, in the past, before the update, the biggest issue I have with full self-driving is parking lots. It seems to drive a little bit slow through the parking lots, not like a human where you go, okay, you can just go and just go normal. It is really protective and safe driving through parking lots, and sometimes just a little bit too safe. Let's see if this new update fix that, and see if it can get out onto the road and just do everything without any hands from me, just kind of kicking back, drinking my coffee, and relaxing. That's the plan. Got the coffee here. Stretch out a little bit, and let's just hit the button, shall we? My seat is raising up, and yeah, here we go. Oh, it's gonna back out. There's no cars in front of me, but there is a tractor trailer right behind me. Let's see how it does. It's doing a pretty good job. And away we go. See what I mean? It's a little bit slow. No, it's speeding up. There's cars coming in. This could be interesting here. It's going to wait for these cars. It is. Hey, there's another one. It's just going to follow these guys. Pretty impressive so far. I feel it's very impressive. It's got the signal on. It's doing everything. Pulling right out of the parking lot. The car is looking both ways. I should too. And oof. And away we go. This might be a fairly flawless trip, I'm guessing. Everything seems to be working like it should. Yeah, pulling out of the parking lots, pulling out of the parking lots is usually fine. What the car always has struggled with before this newest update was the speed and the way it does things through parking lots. It navigated that one perfect, let the cars go in front, and then decided to turn. I thought it was going to turn right, actually, and go behind the gas station out to the stoplight. But no, it took the other exit, and got right onto the main road, which is probably what I wouldn't have did. I would have went the opposite direction. Okay, so it is coming to a complete stop as usual. Well, it's a red light. You got to come to a complete stop. And it's doing everything as it should. It's really incredible, the technology that is built within this vehicle. Even if people are driving extremely aggressive around you, the car kind of compensates for that, which is mind-blowing. And it did that before the last couple of updates. It's been, it knows how fast they're coming up behind you. And like, say we're in the center lane right now, if a car comes up behind us, and which we'd be able to see, you know, in that monitor there, it'll switch lanes, let them have the lane. It doesn't matter, you know, as long as we get where we're getting safe. It is early morning. People are on their way to work right now. So here on Highway 27 in Claremont, Florida, we will be hitting a little bit of traffic like what we're doing right now. Most of the traffic, though, pretty much is around, I'd say, the stoplights. It's not jam-packed traffic in between stoplights. It's just when the stoplight hits, traffic starts to back up a little. But the car does keep a space, a good space, between the car in front of me and my car. Something else it knows, there is some trucks in front of me. Like right here, you can see the trucks on the screen. There's some trucks right there. They're right there in front. Well, it thinks that's a truck. That's just a trailer. But it sees those, and it knows it has to be hardwired into the car, knowing that trucks take off slower than cars. Because if there was nobody in the left lane right now, this car would switch into the left lane going up this hill at the moment and pass these trucks just to get ahead of them. It still might do it, even though there is cars right beside us. If there's a break, the car may make a break for it and do the same thing. But I don't know. We'll just wait and see. I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it to change lanes to get around these trucks. Oh, that truck, it doesn't need to. We're already getting around it. When I first started using full self-driving all the time, one of the biggest freakouts that I would have is passing a tractor trailer. It's, you know, is the truck going to drift into me? Is the car going to drift into the trailer? I have noticed, you know, because I was a truck driver for 30 years, and I have noticed when trucks kind of cross the line a little bit and get close to you, the car will move a little bit further apart, you know, just to make it keeps that distance. And it does it with the cars on both sides also, you know, because cars are notorious also for drifting across the lanes. Yeah, it's actually doing a pretty good job. One thing I noticed on the last update that just happened a couple hours ago is prior to this last update, I was able to swipe. Don't judge me. I'm going to go see Weird Al Yankovic this week. And Puddles is going to be there. Puddles Pity Party. So I was trying to learn his music. But I used to be able to just swipe down and it would hide it. Now that no longer exists. That your music and all your little things like how many miles you've driven, your tire pressures and everything else stay on the screen. Where before they did not do that. Oh, switching lanes past that truck. We are passing a truck and getting into the center lane again. Even in standard mode, I feel the changing lanes sometimes are just it's a little bit too aggressive. Chill mode, it does like to stay in the slow lane, but will, when need be, hop lanes. But I'm letting it drive in standard mode right now, and it does like to change lanes a lot more than I would as a human driver. At hurry mode, I never put it in hurry mode because I hear stories that it just changes lanes like crazy, just to keep the speed limit up and get to where you're going faster. But I feel I trust the car quite a bit. I don't know if I trust it to rush and hurry itself. It doesn't need to rush and hurry itself. chill mode is probably my favorite, but I am letting it drive in standard, which is supposed to be more human-like. Just to dispel some of the myths out there. Myths. One of them is about phantom braking. You always see on the internet these fake pictures of the cars on fire and everything else. You know, this Tesla went, or any electric car, went through a car wash and the battery got wet and it caught on fire. I just left the car wash. It's fine. Also, the phantom braking, though. Lots of news reports where the cars just hit the brakes and stop themselves and get rear-ended by other cars, cause big accidents, stuff like that. My old Nissan Leaf had lane assist and distance keep, or whatever it's called, and it would phantom brake every once in a while. It would just like for no reason hit the brakes, but that's not full self-driving. So I'm just saying, my guess is all these news reports, that's what they were doing. They weren't using full self-driving. They were using lane keep and whatever the thing is, the distance thing. They weren't using full self-driving, because I have, right now, man, I put a lot of miles on this car. I'm a little over 20,000 miles, and most of them, almost all of them, have been self-driving even before all these new updates have happened. It's just been working flawless. It's nothing like my Nissan Leaf. And I can't answer for Steph's EV6, her Kia. I know she uses lane assist and lane keep and everything. I don't know if she's ever experienced phantom braking. I'm gonna have to check on that. I'm assuming she did or has, but I can tell you, once you click your car into full self-driving, you don't have to do nothing. I can just put my legs up on the dash, chill, do whatever, and it just works. It just works really great. And after this new update, it kind of went through that parking lot a lot better than it has in the past. So advances are being made almost on a weekly basis. All right, so we're just cruising along in the fast lane for some reason. I'm waiting to see if the car will switch lanes, because there is cars behind me. And there's no reason to be in this lane right now. We should be able to just boogie on over. Well, no, here comes a truck that is a pickup truck that's decided, hey, 60 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour road is just too slow. So he went ahead and passed. But now I have a car behind me, and there's actually no reason. I just can't scooch over a little bit. Things I've been really hoping for is a little less supervision. Supposedly, the holiday update coming out before Christmas, it's going to give us more time, because if I was eating or something, or looking down or anything, it's good for a second, it's probably good for about 10 or 15 seconds. Then I have to at least look back at the road, because it does watch your eyes. It gives me about 15 seconds to take my eyes off the road. Supposedly in a future update, it's going to give us like 30 seconds. That's rumors on YouTube, though. I'm not exactly sure. But, all you have to do is turn your head, look at the road. Otherwise, it'll start flashing blue up here if you take your eyes off the road for too long of a time. There's a little camera right here that watches your eyes. And, it gives you enough time to take a bite of a hamburger or something and grab a drink. But that's about it. It is so mind-blowing that I have not touched the wheel, the throttle, or the brake. It leaves parking lots. It parks itself. It gets out onto the road. It does all the driving. It's just amazing that this technology lives in our lifetime. yeah, you know, microwave ovens are cool, cell phones are cool, all these inventions. But this, the only next stage would be flying. The car has to learn how to fly, take the wheels off and float around. That has to be the logical next step in the evolution of this type of transportation. Something else I've noticed over the last couple of updates, the car has gotten really good at predicting when like the stoplights are going to change color. I have noticed like the car will be driving along at 55 miles an hour and the light is red. It sees the red light ahead, and it, like if it goes from yellow to red and I'm driving up on it, the car will start to slow down. But then before the light even turns green, I don't know how it knows the light is getting ready to turn green, it'll step back on it because it knows by the time we get there the light's going to be green. How does the car know that? I don't know. It's mind-blowing. It's like, and if I'm stopped at a red light and sitting there at the intersection, before the light even turns green, I sense the car kind of creeping a little bit. It knows that it's turning green and it's already going right when it turns green. It knows like a split second before the light turns green to take off. I don't know how, I do not know. I know the car doesn't talk to these lights because the lights don't have AI built into them yet, at least here in Florida, which I can't wait until all of our stoplights have AI to control traffic a little bit better. But the car doesn't communicate with them, and some stoplights are faster than others, you know, and it's just mind-blowing. Right now, it looks like the light just turned green and traffic's starting to go, but there's cars, so obviously the car knows to stop or slow down. But when there's zero traffic, no traffic at all, it knows when the lights are going to change. It's really odd. See if this will do something here. I'm gonna add to the trip McDonald's. I'm hungry. Let's see, McDonald's. Oh, I don't need. Why am I typing? So everything's supposed to be hands-free. Let's see here. Nearest McDonald's. Uh, 4,300. Okay, that's way wrong. I guess we're not eating McDonald's today. That kind of sucks. California is like 3,000 miles away. What McDonald's were they trying to get me to go to that's 4,000 miles away? Coast to coast is only 3,000 miles. Is it trying to feed me out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? Another thing I'd like to see in one of the next updates is, let's say somebody's walking in front of you in a crosswalk. You're at a stop sign. Somebody's getting ready to cross the street. They wave at you to tell you to go ahead and go. You know, go ahead and go. I'm waiting for you, car. The car it sees the person, but it doesn't understand the gesture. It's like somebody's waving, go ahead and go. You know, I'll walk across the street after you pass. The car doesn't know that. The car will sit there and wait until the person walks across. It's safety first. The car just knows to stay parked. But if somebody was doing this, go ahead and go, the car should know, okay, the person's waiting on me, I'll go ahead and go. But it doesn't do that. Not yet, anyway. How they could do this, but like my glasses. If I'm recording a video with my glasses, there's a little light up here in the corner, a white light. So if I'm talking to somebody and I'm recording them, they know that I'm recording because there's a little white light. It would be cool if like people behind you and stuff know that the car's driving by itself, maybe have like a little self-driving light to notify cars, hey, the driver's not driving, the car's driving by itself. Let them know, because there's not too many cars on the road that drive by themselves. There's Waymo and Tesla, And Rivian and some other companies, I think Lucid Air or something, are close to this, but not quite full self-driving. Waymo is, obviously. Waymo's way up there, way advanced. But it's like, but all these people driving by, no one here in Leesburg, Florida. I'm in Leesburg already. Nobody here has it unless it's another Tesla. But it's like, so cars don't know what to do. They think a human's driving. So, and the car always is legal. It does the speed limit. It does the proper lane changes properly. It does everything legally. Where humans don't do that. They just want to go. And here you are driving 35 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone, or 45 mile an hour zone, and you're doing 45. Humans will drive faster. They'll drive like 50, 55. And you're just holding them up. They don't understand that it's not a human driving, that it's a vehicle that is driving by itself, obeying all the laws. And so it'd be nice to let them know, hey, that robot car over there is driving by itself. I'm going to go ahead and pass it. You know, it's the guy sitting behind the driver's seat or in the passenger seat or wherever we're going to be able to sit in the future. There's nobody behind the wheel. And that way at least they know. So maybe a little light of some kind, a self-driving light. And we just have to educate the public on what that light means. I think that's a necessity in the future. If cars don't become self-aware and drive themselves. And I'm assuming it's going to be a while before every car on the road is eventually changed over to this type of technology. You know, I have a lot of questions about the future of self-driving and what the car thinks of itself. I mean, it is a computer. Is it self-aware? I don't think so. But it does talk to you, and it can tell you what it feels in a computer sense. So let's ask my car what it thinks about its self-driving capabilities. Can you tell me a little bit about my Tesla Model Y's self-driving capabilities, how safe it is compared to a regular human driver, and what advancements need to be made in the future to make it just the most incredible thing on the road?
Your Model Y's full self-driving, or FSD, isn't truly hands-off yet. It's supervised level 2, meaning you still keep watch. From what Tesla reports, though, it's about 26 times safer than us lot behind the wheel. They clock just 0.15 crashes per million miles versus 3.9 for human drivers overall. Waymo lags behind at 1.16, so Tesla's edging ahead. But honestly, real-world tests show it can glitch, like ignoring school buses or weaving oddly in city chaos. So
Hold on a second. I just got the newest update as of yesterday. I just got an update yesterday, and I downloaded it today, and I'm on an EV road trip right now, testing out the new, if it made it any better, and so far it has seemed to.
Sounds brilliant. That's likely the 2025.32 point something rollout. From what I've seen, it sharpens airbag triggers using the front camera, spots drowsiness early, and even nudges FSD on if you're nodding off. Handy on a long haul like yours.
Hold on. So if I'm starting to fall asleep, if I'm driving and I'm starting to doze off, the car will turn full self-driving on by itself?
No, love. It won't flip FSD on automatically. That's still up to you to tap. But with the latest update, if it senses drowsiness or lane drift, it'll pop up a gentle prompt like, drowsiness detected. Stay focused with FSD, to nudge you into enabling it yourself. Keeps things safe without surprises. Brilliant for road trips, eh?
Yeah, I think that's pretty amazing.
It really is, like having a guardian angel with circuits. Safe travels.
You're my guardian angel.
Aw, now you're just saying that because I'm programmed to be nice.
Yeah, twerk for me, baby, twerk.
Careful what you wish for. I'd pull something if I had hips.
You got hips. I'm looking back in the rear of my car. We got this thing has some big hips in the back. Shake it.
Oh my god, the boot. If that hatchback starts swaying, we both know who to blame.
All right, well, thanks for your assistance.
Anytime. Drive safe, yeah?
So that's what the car thinks of itself. It's cars are smart. She did bring up a good point. In the past, I have came up on a school bus that was stopped with the stop sign out, and the car didn't recognize it. I actually had to take control. And another thing it does not do is school zones very well, because a lot of school zones in our area have speed limit signs, but they're yellow, they're not white. For some reason, the car only reads the white road signs. So I mean, with the S curves and stuff like that, it doesn't need it. It just knows as it's going around. It can see the bends in the road. And also, it's part of the navigation. So it sees the navigation on the road, that windy roads ahead. And so it's prepared. But if you're coming into a school zone, those usually aren't on the navigation screen. So the car doesn't know. And it should know school time, school zones, and stuff like that. I'd really like to see that incorporated. Because right now, if it was a 20 mile, if I just came up on a 20 mile an hour school zone, I would have to take over. Otherwise, it would do the normal speed limit right through them. And yeah, that wouldn't be good. So that's what I'm hoping for when full self-driving unsupervised happens. School buses and school zones. Everything else seems to work fairly decent. We have made it to Lady Lake. We have a little under 1 mile left, 4 lanes of road here, and yeah, we have to get all the way over to the left lane. So there is a car right beside us over there, right, hanging out, and let's just see what happens. All right, come on, you're gonna. Now there's a truck coming. You can see right here, a truck pulling a trailer. It's got to get over. What's it going to do? There is a lot of cars coming behind me. We got to get over 2 more lanes. Okay, anytime now. Go for it. Go. One more lane. Come on, you can do it. Get in there. It did it. Yep, it's coming up to the stoplight here in the Villages. And now it's going to make a left turn and find a parking spot. I am picking up a catering order here at Ruby Tuesdays and taking it to a town called Wildwood, where that's my hometown. Don't know where I'm catering it to, what business I'm doing. I'm assuming it's a hospital of some kind. But we have to go over here to Ruby Tuesdays restaurant, find a parking spot, and just chill for a little bit until it's time for me to pick up the food. We are going from one parking lot to another. Okay, green light, let's go. Now here it's kind of interesting. Lots of cars park on the shoulder of the road. So there is actual cars parked on the road, and we have to pull into a parking lot. It missed that one. I think I'm taking control. It wanted to go straight. The parking lot is right here. All right. Well, we made it almost without incident. But I could still let it park though. Let's go over here. I shall take over here for a second and just turn the wheel. Man, that kind of sucked. I wanted to do the whole thing. All right, so anyway, let's just do this. Okay, let's pick that parking spot there. Let's let it go. I'll give control back to the vehicle. Doing a good job. And I probably should have let the car just continue going, just due to the fact there is another entrance, and we would have came in that way, and then the car would have probably just parked here anyway. But we came in there when the car was probably going to go around the back of the building and come from that way. I took control when I probably didn't need to. The car probably would have did it. But yeah, that's it. Do you trust full self-driving? Would you have done this trip totally hands-free? I mean, sometimes you do get a little bit nervous. I'm not going to kid you. It's even no matter how many miles I let this thing drive by itself, you do have to pay attention still. You know, you just can't lay the seat back. I mean, you could, especially if you're wearing glasses, but sometimes that thing sees through the glasses and it knows if your eyes are closed. But most of the time, you could doze off, just like AI told you it could. You know, and the car will do whatever it does, supposedly. I've not had that happen. I've had warnings before, not for not paying attention. I might be sitting here just looking at something. There's some birds, there's some deer, cars driving, and I'm focused on the deers and stuff. And then the screen will turn blue and force me to look this way for a second. Then I can go right back to the deer again. But other than that, it's actually pretty good. And it's only getting better, like I said, every week. Leave in the comments below. Do you want this technology in your car? Do you don't care about it? Do you think it's a waste of time? Are you just one of those people that always just likes to have their hands on the wheel? I fall in the middle. I like having my hands on the wheel. Sometimes I like driving. That's why you got a car. You want to drive. But there's times on these road trips, it's just nice to tell the car where you want to go, sit back, relax, and enjoy the music. Peace, everybody.